she blame up.
Like I mentioned in the afternoon, whenever I read this statement from Sis Maki, my heart bleeds. And all I want to say to Sis Maki and all other mothers who are going through this winter season of life, of grieving over your child, my heart sits with you in this unbearable pain. There's a kind of grief that does just not simply hurt. It changes a woman forever. And losing a child is that kind of grief. It reaches into every part of you. It shakes your faith. It shakes your sense of safety. It shakes your body. Nothing prepares a mother for bearing her own child. Nothing. It does go against the natural order of life. And that is why the pain feels so violent, so unfair, so consuming. Some days you may feel completely numb, as if your heart has gone quiet just to survive. Other days, the pain may rise suddenly, waves so strong, they steal your breath, they leave you gasping for air. That is not weakness, that is grief. There is no right way to mourn. There is no timeline. There is no manual. Sis Maki, if all you can do today is breathe, that is enough. If all you can do today is dare, that is just enough. You're not failing. You're surviving something unimaginable. Sis Maki, please be gentle with yourself. I listened to your life with a sore heart. Be gentle with yourself. Your heart has suffered a wound that can never be seen. But it is so deep and it is real. You may replay moments over and over. You may ask questions, but you might not get answers. You may ache for one more hug, one more word, one more chance to protect your son. Many mothers walk this road silently, carrying the same thoughts in the dark. You're not alone in this, even when it feels unbearably lonely. God is still near, even when he feels silent. And he does feel silent. Sometimes he carries us in ways we cannot feel. And only later, that is when we do realize that we did not collapse because his hands were underneath us for the whole time. When your strength is gone, Sis Maki, let his strength stand in his place. When your faith feels shaky, borrow his. We will hold you whenever we can. Your son will always be part of you. Love does not die. It changes form. His memory lives in your heart, in your prayers, in the love that you gave him. And nothing can erase that. Rest when you can, Sis Maki. Cry when you need to. Accept help if it's offered. Let people sit with you, even in silence. You do not owe anyone an explanation. I listened to your live. You do not have to rush healing. Healing is not forgetting. It is learning slowly and painfully how to carry love and loss together. We are holding you close in prayers, in compassion, and in tears. May God wrap you in his peace when the nights are no longer comfortable and when the mornings are heavy. You are deeply loved. You are not alone. Sis Maggie, please hear this with a gentle heart. There is nothing that you could have done to prevent Prosper's death. None. Guilt often tries to sit where grief already lives. But this is not your burden to carry. The Bible reminds us that death is a thief. It comes unexpectedly, without a warning, without permission. It does not knock. It does not explain itself. It stills. It leaves us with more questions that have no answers. Your son did not die because you failed. He died because his day had come. Scripture tells us that there is a time to be born and a time to die. And no human hand can move that appointed time. People die on their death day. People get born on their birthday. Not a day earlier, not a day later. No amount of love, no amount of vigilance, no amount of prayer or sacrifice can outsmart death when its hour has arrived. This truth is painful, but it is also freeing. You are not to blame. Whenever you feel guilt, those are the works of Jezebel. Guilt often finds company where there is grief. You loved your son. You mothered him with everything you had. You cared. You hoped. You protected in every way you knew. That love was enough. It was sin. It was counted, and it still matters. Do not allow grief to rewrite your story as a failure. You were a good mother, and you are still a good mother, even in loss. God did not leave his throne unattended when this happened. He is still God. Vanoramba vari Mwari paumwari wavo. Havasanduke nekuda kwezvinoitika. Vanoramba vari pachigaro. Even when we do not understand his ways, he remains sovereign. When the thoughts come at night, when the silence gets loud, remind your heart gently, this was not my fault. I did not miss a sign. I did not fail my son. May God give you peace that surpasses all understanding. And may God guard your heart when accusation tries to creep in. You are loved. And may I talk to the people who are around here, the people who are around a mother who is grieving. Tread carefully. A grieving mother is a holy ground, sacred pain. Not every moment needs words. Not every silence needs feeling. When a child dies, careless consolation can wound deeper than the loss itself. This is not a time for explanations, theories, opinions, or spiritual preachs. This is not time for maybe if you should have. I heard you saying there are people who are accusing you of your son's death. Good people, may we consider our ways. There's no lesson that comes from grief. There's no lesson that is drawn from losing a child. Those words, maybe it was God's desire. Hey, I remember when I lost my son, some people would say, and in that moment, I remember there was a time that I responded to one of the preachers who was so careless at a church service. And he said, whose child did you want to die? I said, yours. Don't say. If you don't know how to console a grieving mother, just sit with her in the corner. Those words do not heal. They bruise. And to anyone who dares subtly or openly to blame a mother for the death of a child, stop. You are crossing a line that should never be crossed. A grieving mother already interrogates herself. It's a dog which is down. She replays every moment. She carries a weight no human being should add. Blame, even when disguised as advice, concern, or theology, it is cruelty. It places a burden where there is already unbearable pain. No mother wakes up choosing to harm her child. No mother loves lightly. We all love deeply. No mother fails on purpose. Death is not caused by mother's love being insufficient. Talking to the people around who know it all, the theologians who know how to bring scriptures where it's irrelevant. Death is not caused by a missed moment or a delayed action or an imperfect decision. Death is part of a broken world, not a verdict on motherhood. If you do not know what to say, shut up. If your words carry judgment, keep them, swallow them. Keep them for yourself. If your theology lacks compassion, keep it. Don't offer it. What can only help at this moment is, I'm sorry. I don't have words, but I'm here. Sitting quietly. Holding space without fixing. Letting tears fall without interruption. Hey, usacheme. Hey, chema unitariro. Hey, unotadzisa mwana wako kufamba. Shut up. Grief is not a lesson to be taught. It's not a case to be analyzed. It's not a problem to be solved. It is a wound that needs gentleness. For the other mothers, you owe no one an explanation. You do not need to defend your love, your choices, or your pain. Protect your heart fearlessly in this season where you are grieving part of you that you have buried. Distance yourself from the voices of Jezebel that add weight instead of light. Even well-meaning people can cause harm when they speak without wisdom. Don't ever ask a grieving mother kuti wanga uchida kuti afirwe ndiani. Don't do that. To those offering comfort, choose compassion over commentary, presence over opinion, love over judgment. Because when a mother loses a child, the least the world can do is not to make her bleed twice. Sis Mickey, hang in there. Some days will be better than others. Some days will be worse. Just bow your head and weather the season, weather the storm. The pain is not going to go away. You are just going to learn to live with the chronic pain. I call it a chronic pain. When you look at vamwe vana vezera prosper, it will take you back. Dai angatokurawo, dai angatone mudzimai, it will take. So you are going to have to learn to live with the pain. They lie when they say time heals. It can heal other things, but not the loss of a child. You only learn to live with the pain. You won't forget him because he's part of you. But you learn to live without him. May God guard your heart. May the word of comfort come alive in your life. May the Rhema word of comfort come alive in your life. I am Amazing Grace.